Well, my name is Derek Terrell Brown Sr., and my title was a machinist by trade. But now I'm in the tool room at the F&S building, Facilities and Service building, on campus.
And how long have you been working?
I've been working for the university 15 and a half years, and be 16 years in May. I was targeted, at racism in my shop. Mm-hmm. My experiences was mostly real, especially with the KKK hood. I want to start it off with that.
Yeah.
When me, myself, a black man, is on a job site working with a bunch of white co-workers, and we all supposed to be there working, and next time you look up, you see one of them with a white sheet over his head and the eyes cut out and the mouth showing, and you like, your mind is going, I don't know where, but my mind went everywhere. It was like, what? And your foreman's standing right there watching it, and he just busts out to laugh, and I mean, I just couldn't grasp what was going on, because it was just shocking. I'm just looking, and I'm just shocked. And all of them, they just started laughing. They thought it was funny. Open your eyes. Keep an open eye when you come out to the university, because racism's still alive. It is. Because racism is everywhere out here.
My name is Tiba Flemings. I'm a brick mason at the F&S.
When and how did you first notice the culture of racial harassment at Facilities and Services?
The very first phone call I got, I was doing my son's basketball game. My wife told me, hey, you got a call from Bruce Rogers. Called him back. Then first thing he said out of his mouth, how can you work for me if you can't follow my instructions? So the first day on campus, we were driving. He said, I didn't want to hire you, but they made me. It was up to me. I would hire one of the Jones boys.
And when I did mess up, he'll go cuss me out again. For you been here 15 fucking years and you don't know how to fucking, literally cuss me out if I made a mistake. Instead of calling me in the office and talk to me about it, he never did.
And these are experiences that never happened to
never
coworkers.
Ever. And when they did something, I never seen them say nothing.
So multiple times.
Oh, many times. If it wasn't one, it was the other. Saying they little smart. The gay boy from Mississippi. They all had little smart comments. Then they got to the point where they were right on my cup, write a dick on it. I'll come back, my cup have a dick on the cup. Stuff like that. Just stuff to piss me off. Couldn't do nothing about it. So I just dealt with it.
He told me, well, you don't know how to do the work. You can't do the work. And he told me that they just hired you for diversity purposes only. I don't want you here. They had that layoff. Everybody came back within 6 months. Me, he kept me off for 2 years because he said, well, I don't want him here. None of that was directed to my fellow white counterparts, and neither was.
My name is Jeffrey Taylor, and I am a full-time cook on campus. A coworker sent me a message via social media, calling me out of my name, also using the N-word. I took it to HR and was very unhappy with HR's response. HR, they read the text message, which was a white lady at the time, and she read it aloud. So she read the disrespectful names out loud toward me, and then again she read the N-word out loud toward me. So I really felt disrespected.
And I had one incident where I had a loved one to pass away, and it was emotional, So I let Chris know, which was my boss at the time, that I need to go to the funeral or whatever. And the day I was getting ready, the last day before it was time for me to get ready to go, the next day I was going to head to Mississippi to the funeral, he made the comment, hey, well, hopefully they got a coffin down there waiting on you so you won't have to come back. You singled out. It's just like being on a part of a team that you're not there for, really. They put you there. You're just like a extra person, but not to them. You're not to them. They in their own little group. They're in their own little circle. They treat you different. My color, my skin made a difference. They all white. They all looked over me, ignored me if I asked a question or something. You know, they would not tell me.
No one should have to endure this. I wouldn't wish this on my worst enemy. You're here to make a check, provide for your family, and go home. You're not here to, okay, well, worry about what's going to happen here, or am I going to see a news, or am I going to see the swastika sitting here, or, you know, is this guy going to call me, you know, them lazy fucking niggers over here, you know what I'm saying? I've heard that slang too, and they got called, a couple of employees got called lazy niggers. It's just really frustrating. It just makes you want to pull your hair out. I made the reports. I made them. I went to all the channels. Has anything got resolved? Why do you think we're sitting here?
I'm Jesse Centrella. I'm an associate attorney at Friedman and Holding, and I am the lead associate on the Brown et al. V Board of Trustees of the University of Illinois case. The Office of Access and Equity is fundamentally flawed, and complaints, as the lawsuit alleges, complaints are not found to be corroborated. Complaints of harassment and discrimination are essentially brushed under the carpet.
Oh, in mediation, what mediation, it was ODA sitting in there, and one of the guys from the physical plant.
Now, Atiba Flemings went to a mediation with his harasser. It was his supervisor at the time, and one of the head people, Camelia Abdul-Aspan, who I believe her title is the Associate Director of OAE at the University of Illinois, Urbana-Champaign, she was present at that mediation. And during the mediation, the harasser actually repeated in front of Ms. Abdul-Aspan and anyone else present at the mediation that the only reason he had hired Mr. Flemings was for diversity reasons, okay? Now, this was one of the comments that he made that caused Mr. Flemings to complain in the first place, all right? So essentially what happened is Mr. Rogers did something more than admit to engaging in the types of allegations that Mr. Flemings alleged against him. He actually repeated it at the mediation. He engaged in the very behavior that sort of undergirded the complaint in the first place during the mediation. The university still found that his conduct did not violate its policy against harassment and discrimination.
They were trying to end it, trying to basically get me to hush, say, okay, we're going to show you doing this, but like you say, here's the cookie, but you can't have it. You know what I'm saying? That's basically what it's like, just try to make me, go away.
So the university has a policy that prohibits harassment, and the policy is essentially an insurmountable obstacle for a complainant to achieve. A complainant would need to show that the harassment they experienced was severe and pervasive and unreasonably interfered with the terms and conditions of their work environment. That's a more stringent standard than a Title VII plaintiff would need to show in court. A complainant can go and complain, and the university has a whole toolkit of ways to say, no, this actually wasn't racial harassment. You hear things like the word zero tolerance, That's not what the university is doing. The university, what they're saying with their non-discrimination policy is that it's allowed. It's allowed until it becomes severe, okay? Well, what constitutes severe? They're saying it's allowed until it becomes pervasive. People will deal with a lot in order to make ends meet, and they shouldn't have to be exposed to harassment in the workplace just to provide for their families or just to earn a living.
The ODA, I think, their findings was that it wasn't racism. And I said, well, how can that not be racism? That's disrespectful to blacks. You know how many black lives that mattered, that went through a lot with the KKK? You know how many lives, how many people died at the hands of the KKK? And you're telling me this is not racism? Then if that's not racism, then what is? I mean, I would like to know. Tell me if that's not racism.
I mean, that's almost
that's the worst.
Yeah.
That's the worst. That's worse than the N-word. To me.
That's threatening your
That's
safety.
threatening my livelihood. That's threatening me personally. That's saying we could just kill you right now. I took it personal, but they don't take it personal. ODA saying it's not racism. Wow. Something needs to be done besides nothing. And that's what I'm all about. Making sure that next man that got to go in that shop don't ever have to go through what I went through.
It ain't about the money. It's not about the money. That's far from it. My thing is, it's about equal fair treatment.
Well, first off, I just want to say we're on a class action lawsuit. So the main thing is change. Not just for me, for everyone that works on campus, that the students that go to school on campus, visitors on campus, for, when my children grow older and they may want to go to school or may want to have a job, we just want to be treated fairly, equally. We don't want to be harassed because of the color of our skin or made to do more work versus a white employee. So yeah, the main thing is change. That's what I'm hoping for. I mean, that's what I want.